Um, the change in the shape here already in these few weeks is really good. A credit to you again once you get to the edge. The only thing I'd probably maybe like to see is that this guy's not really connected to the nine, so we can't really thread a ball through here. He's not really looking for it. I like to play my guy a little bit back here so the pass can come through here or here. But even on that, if we do come to this guy and he wants to tug at the back to continue it on. This guy kind of wants to be in motion from the short side of the field to the open side of the field. Um, Otherwise, he gets a bit flat, and any defenders that do shoot out can get a good shot at him. So again, great pitcher, but I just like to see him, in a more connected way, so we can get these two guys, these two ball carriers, to play off, into play to get a go off him. But great shape, that's for sure. Awesome. Um, Just wondering if you have a turnover, bit of mute Jacko there. If you have a turnover policy for the side, just as these games are getting tougher, there looks like there's less space to utilise. But it was an awesome turnover here, and then we just get a little bit flat and bunched. Um, my policy is to always get a guy in motion back around here, and as soon as there's a turnover, trying to hit, whether this guy's coming around in motion or we try and hit this guy in motion. I don't even know if there's any space out wide, but we can see from the outside in hit, there's a bit of space here. So, a tough one. The clip's getting tougher to make because you play so well on attack. But I'll just maybe look at your turnover policy because I'm sure Waddy could tell you the stats better than I can on turnover on tries created from turnover ball was in the 70s somewhere, I think. A little bit of a common theme that I see from set pieces is players maybe just getting a little bit lost or we're not 100% sure what's going on. But Caleb kind of he does get a go forward ball here. He's gain line ball, which means their forwards have to take a lot longer to get backwards and around the corner than what the Poneke forwards should. But I don't know whether we go a bit quick here, but we're a bit lateral, not too much support, and it gets snuffed out, pretty easy. So if we just had a couple more forwards getting around that corner, with go forward ball, and a couple of dummy lines, that second phase ball, should be a really dangerous ball with the defense having to track back so long. Bit lateral when we get to after we get to this here, still playing off nine, which is cool off the edge. Again, I'd like to see anything if we could get the ball in behind here and have a back. You have Huntley or something attacking 1 and a 3 here. Whoa, that's fun work for a back, isn't it? So again, maybe as they get more confident, we can try and attack this area. Take it in, just get a bit flat, and maybe we're a bit lateral because we're flat. Maybe we're just a little bit, but good offload and another good continuity play. So those sort of kicks. I was never a big fan of chips until the last few years, where I've realised that it's going to keep players guessing. It keeps defenses guessing when you're willing to put it onto the foot. But maybe a little bit deeper when we get into that second phase from the edge. Maybe even that first phase from the edge, trying to find different spaces to attack again. A pleasure to watch this one. I love the way you created space off the back of the line out. With getting that 9 out into the open, playing off him. I'm not sure whether you plan to come back with a cross kick or anything like that, but I'd like to see this guy involved. He just sort of stands around. It'd be good to have him get him as your blindside winger. If we got him moving around into this area now, he could be a threat. City kind of just stays there out of the game. And then again, I think we just get a little bit deep. I'd like to see more lines out of this guy. Great chip and chase option from this guy, so he's held his width well. But if this guy's, coming back on this line again and picking up a second line, we've got our first line's good, and he's the backdoor option. We're really threatening there, but this is great innovation. Really good way to create space. But we have a two-man overlap out there, basically. We're not able to get him to the ball. So, again, if I was looking at analytics and try-scoring opportunities, I'd have to put that down as a definite try-scoring opportunity because you've done so well to create that space. Again, at our spatial awareness off a turnover, quite a lot of players in the picture here for the team. If we could just get set quicker or hold the ball off a bit quicker, or have a team principle around that turnover area. See here, Played it forward a little bit, sorry. Seems to be quite a lot of space out here with our numbers. Even if it's even amount, if it's if it's 4-on-4 or five on four, all we need is one bit of magic, to break that line and you're through. So again, not telling you guys how to play. Everyone's going to have their own game, but if you could maybe just show them some turnover ball clips and just say, look, let's put a principle around our turnover. Let's try and get two passes on a turnover every time, and try and find some space with the ball. You could pick up some good gains. Just going to probably pick on that blindside winger again here, maybe just to let him look to get more work. So again, he used the same move. He got a winger here. I'd love to see him right on Greg's hip there. And again, this is just my how I like to do things and how I found him handy. But I've actually stopped naming them wingers and I call them roamers now because I don't want them hanging out on their wing. I actually want them roaming and getting into first reception and second receiver and looking for touches. So as you play on here, we can fast forward it and it's quite a good try. He comes back and holds his width this way, 14. But we're playing same way, same way, same way. Like he and as I said, just a general rule for me, he just hasn't been involved at all. Now through 4 or 5 phases. But if he had worked around or even been involved in that first ruck, we're actually using all 15 of our men. So I like my roamers to do just that rather than stand out on the wing and help the ball comes to them. I like them roaming and I'm actually glad I've got a little clip like this because it's something I've actually struggled with coaching to get guys to hold the right depth and pick up the right line off a tug. So it's a good tug here to the connecting play. It's the first time I've kind of seen a play like this, so this is quite exciting for you guys. So awesome tug. Like to see that player in motion a little bit more. He's a little bit wide, but that's just a personal preference. The next line runners should be, we should be seeing the next runners that I give it the rule that they should line up on the same line as the tug player or the connecting player, as we call it. And this is the hole here they should be running into. So as we come through here, they're just a bit deep, and he doesn't really have an option to pass. But what we've done is we've actually created what we wanted to create. By tugging, we make this guy shoot out of his line and open up this hole. And when I talk about this guy being in motion, when he's in motion, he can usually step this player a little bit easier rather than if he's having to kind of go back and hold for the pass. But as you can see, with the tug, we created this hole. If we could get these, a couple of these players, or even one player playing off him running in that hole, we've created exactly what we wanted to be, and we've got through here. Just rewind it again. It's an awesome tug. I'm really glad to see that the guys are starting to do that now. And if they could get through that hole there, that's easy work. Maybe if you have a few clips, Damian McKenzie gets in that connecting position really well and gives passes for the Chiefs. So you can find any clips from McKenzie doing it well, and Moangan does it well as well. But you created it, but just next step I think is to show these players where they actually need to be in order to go that step further. I know I'm a broken record here when I'm harping on about that right winger, but as we play it on here, just so he gets to see a few opportunities he could have had, really. He starts coming around here and putting himself into a good position to actually do some work, and then he goes back the other side. Now, if it's a planned move to go back, the blind side, that's fine. I'm completely wrong, and this doesn't matter. But as we play it on, if he stays over there, and I'm pointing at the screen like you can see me. And I get so excited. And he stays over here. 13's picked up a superb line. And he runs this backdoor line. If he keeps on his line, he keeps running this backdoor line as we have it here. The pass comes to him through here. We've got a 2-on-1. That's a try. So if it had just kept his line coming, and you can, I think, really show him this and show him that he could have had a try, go through, score time. But instead, he goes back and maybe he's been told to hold the width, and that's fine. Then I'm completely wrong, and I'm doing opposite of what you're telling him to do. But if not, I think, there's 3 opportunities, that I've seen with that 14, that right winger could have had some really good opportunities in the game. Much better shape this weekend, eh? Definitely players are able to fold into a shape a lot quicker, and you can see they're really improving. So all credit to you guys. That the fact that the players have come so far in such a short time. I've got a couple. Like it's getting pretty hard to find clips where the guys aren't doing what they should be. because they're advancing so much. But I've got a couple of small ones, that maybe with the next steps we can start taking when we start tugging off that first pod, or we can get connected after that first pod. Players running into holes. Just in general, looking at the stats and watching the game, I think there was maybe 2 tugs, maybe 3 tips, and I saw 4 offloads on the stat sheet. I think so. Maybe that sort of could be that would what I would be thinking would be the next step to raise that continuity plays in the team. Now, obviously, it's wet. Maybe your plan again. I don't know the plan. Maybe your plan is just to kind of keep it tight in the wet. But I'm not talking about 50-50 offloads, but I just don't often see where guys do get arms free a little bit that there's players running off shoulders quite a lot, very much. So that would be, if I was just looking at attack, that would be the next step. I'll be taking a player saying, look, when we're looking at this game, are we actually running off each other's shoulders? Are we there in support? I'm sure Waddy has loads of ideas, for how to do that. I used to like playing 2-touch, where you got to touch the ball carrier a second time. So there's loads of line breaks and there's loads of supporting opportunities and it's good for double tackles working on defense. Again, just my 2 cents. I hope this video you can take 1 or 2 things out of it. I think I picked on the right winger quite a bit, so maybe if you just show the clips to him that I've seen, he could be a real threat moving around the ball. So I didn't actually see the result of the game because the video cut out as he kicked that ball over, but I'll have a look on Twitter or something now. I'll have a look on Wellens Rugby and see how you guys got on. Hopefully you got that losing bonus point at least.